yourself along with myself on this journey. Either that, or you're here to see my pretty self. Okay, so either way, let's get into this video idea. Alright, so today's video idea is going to be on the power of consistency. So first off, let's make sure you know what consistency means. So in simple terms, consistency is the act of doing something willingly, or the conformity of doing something over and over and over again. And this comes like second nature. This can mean many things. It can be positive or very negative to oneself. For example, let's just take this as an example, shall we? And let's say you're a person, female or male, in your 20s, 30s, let's say 30s better, and every day you wake up minutes before you have to go to work. So you have like this thing, you wake up, you get ready, you probably eat, and you go to work for 8 hours. And after those 8 hours, you come home. You don't do much because you've worked that day. So you're just like, I've worked, I'm done with what I should be doing, right? So you don't work on anything else. And then this is what you constantly do. And then this is, for me, an example of negative consistency. You're so used to just constantly just coming home and laying in bed and just being lazy. And that's an example of a negative one. But you see, we can turn this and make it into positive. So like, for example, a positive consistency, like a positive power of it is, I'll put me as an example. If not many of you know, I wake up at 4 in the morning every morning to go for a walk. And that is, by the time you guys are awake, like by the time most of you guys wake up maybe at 7, 8, I've already been up like 2-3 hours putting in work, getting stuff done early in the morning, like this video idea and all that comes in the morning. So to get positive results from being consistent, you want to have good, like, positive consistencies. Okay, so to get positive consistencies, you need to be willing and really want to do something, like change, because a lot of us just have regular, like, are consistent, we constantly just waste our time, constantly scroll through Instagram, do stuff like that, and it's not really positive. It doesn't really help us unless you use it to like benefit yourself in some type of way. But most of us just do it to waste time. So start off with good consistencies. You need to tell yourself if it's something you actually want. Like, do you actually care? Are you willing to change it? Because it's not easy, especially nowadays where our society is used to telling us that, oh, don't worry, like, if you don't do something some days, or you kind of just sit around, it's okay. Or if you fail at a certain thing, you can keep on, like, you shouldn't stress about it, or you shouldn't push yourself too much, because things will work out. But the truth is, you're going against the flow. When you want to set positive consistencies, you need to go against what society says. Push yourself, be hard on yourself, because that's where results are made, when you're uncomfortable and when you're doing things that are hard. That's why only successful people, they do stuff that many of you can agree aren't fun. Like, they wake up, they work 50-hour weeks or more, and people think they're like, wow, why are they rich, or why are they successful? But like, they're putting in the work. So you really need to be willing to put in the work, like, it's just how it's gonna work. You can't just expect to have it easy. So the first thing I've learned that nobody likes is when you go too fast. So you want to take things nice and slow, and you want to add slow substitutes. Like, instead of waking up and going straight to your phone for 30 minutes or 15 minutes, try to cut it in half. And then along with that, people like getting rewards. Like, when you do something good, you like to get positive feedback. So we're playing towards your psychological needs or wants. And when you do something, you want to give yourself a reward, and it tells your brain, oh, what I'm doing is better, or I get this out of it. So every time you wake up earlier, do something less, get something done, give yourself a reward. For me, waking up at 4, my reward is knowing that I'm probably most likely up before you and I'm getting more work done. That's mine. Mine's mental, but it can be physical or like, it's all up to you. That I'm gonna leave that up to you. But just make sure you start off slow and you give yourself a reward. Next, I want you to realize that for you to change your negative consistencies to positive ones, you're gonna have to eventually break those old consistencies. Because as my friend Einstein and I say, to do something over and over and expect different results is insanity. You have to break those you have to break those consistencies, and you have to better yourself as a person. And only you can do that. So you really have to put your mind to it. Like I'm here telling you that to better yourself, it's not easy, but you have to want it, Lastly, you have to tell yourself why you do all this. Because there's no way you're going to do any of this without having a why or an end goal in mind. To wake up every morning at 4 is not easy. It's my why that keeps on getting me to get better and for me to be able to do it every day. Because people call me crazy. People are like, why don't you just sleep? And you'll probably get the same things, and you'll tell yourself those questions. You'll be like, why waste time? Why lose sleep? Why put time into this? Why make an effort? Why challenge yourself? So that question why is going to come up a lot, and I want you to find a good answer to that. Because my why is the thing that drives me to be a better person, and overall allows me to do all this stuff. So yeah, that's the last tip I have for you. You have to have a why. And then, do you want to know something? Did you know that if we're sleeping 6 hours a day instead of 8 for a whole year, if you add that adds up to 720 hours, roughly about a year. And if you divide that by 12, you come up with about 30 days or so. So 30 days, that's a whole month of extra time. Imagine what you can do with that. So, if you enjoy this type of content and you want to come along with the journey, try to better yourself with me, don't forget to subscribe and click that like button. Also, comment down below something. I don't know. You do whatever you want.